everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to cook some lamb shanks. I was able to find these lamb shanks on sale for a really good price. They were $5.99 a pound. So I decided I'm going to make my really delicious favorite meal out of them. So there are a few different recipes that I found online that are very similar to what I'm making. However, I've kind of created my own recipe from them. And this is like one of those type of meals that you want to have for a special occasion. Like it's gourmet and it's delicious. And I'm going to make it as a Valentine meal to show everyone. You could use it for many different occasions, but it's one of those meals that's so delicious and involved, kind of. It's not difficult, but there's so many different wonderful ingredients and seasonings and spices in it. It's just gourmet, and so you want to kind of have this for a special occasion. So if you like lamb, this is a fabulous recipe. So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to pick a few sprigs of rosemary. It should be perfect. So these are all the ingredients you're going to need. Now these are 2 large lamb shanks. You can use anywhere from 2 to 4. I have dried apricots and dried prunes, and I'm using 10 of each. And I'm buying the ones that don't have sulfur or sorbate in them. So the dried apricots aren't going to be like orange colored. And I'm going to use paprika, cinnamon, allspice, beef broth, red wine, cinnamon, pomegranate concentrate, and onion, and 4 cups of beef broth. Now I have some of it's homemade and the other I'm going to use store-bought. So, and there's going to be fresh rosemary, which you should use if you can. And these are everything we're going to use. So I'm going to show you how to make this. You want to start by salting generously and peppering both sides of your shanks. About like that. And you can trim some of the fat off if you want. I'm just going to cook it like this. So now we want to go to the stove and we want to sear these shanks on both sides. Okay, you want to add a few tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil. And then you want to place your shanks in the oil. We're going to sear both sides, about 2 minutes on each side. While you're searing your lamb, you want to chop up some carrots and 1 large onion. And you can use 1 large carrot or a couple of carrots. Okay, now you want to add a little more olive oil, or whatever oil you're using. Okay, we want to stir this around for probably a minute, and then we're going to add 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add like a tablespoon of garlic, minced garlic. I didn't mention garlic, but that is going in here. Okay, here's your garlic. And actually I sauteed these about 2.5 minutes, and then you want to put all your seasoning in, which is the coriander, the allspice, the cinnamon, all those wonderful seasonings. And they're going to get infused with this. You're going to stir this around only about 30 to 40 seconds until it's all infused. And then after that we're going to add our 1 cup of red wine, but keep stirring so it all gets infused and doesn't burn. You want to stir this a few minutes and let the wine simmer down. And then after that, we're going to pour in our 2 tablespoons of pomegranate juice and a couple of sprigs of rosemary. Okay, after a few minutes, you're going to add your apricots and prunes in here and stir and combine all of this together. Okay, now what you want to do is pour your 4 cups of beef broth in. And mix everything together. Okay, at this point we're going to add a little more salt and pepper to taste. And I don't have a Dutch oven that I cook on the stove that fits in the oven, so I'm just going to put everything in this roasting pan and pour the sauce and everything over this. And you want your oven preheated to 300 degrees, and we're going to bake this for 3 hours. So I'm going to drop a few more allspices in here, about 4 more whole pieces, and we're going to place this in the oven for 3 hours. There you go, 3 hours on the middle rack. While we're waiting for this to be ready, let's have a little glass of wine. If you've watched any of my prior videos, you'll know that whenever I cook with wine, I always make sure to buy a wine that I would want to drink, because I'm not going to waste this whole bottle of wine. I'm sure not going to use it for my dish. So this is a Cocoa Bond Cabernet, and so let's have a little sip of it while we're waiting. Kind of strong. I haven't had wine in a while, but it's good. So if you're going to cook with wine, I always just advise that you find a wine that you want to drink also. That way you don't waste the bottle and you can enjoy it. So we'll be back when this dish is ready in about 3 hours. Okay, this has been cooking only 2 hours and it's falling off the bone already. So it's done. I'm going to add a cornstarch slurry to kind of thicken up this gravy. And by the way, this smells heavenly. It's a very savory, I can't even describe it. Very savory and kind of got that sweetness from the natural spices and fruits in here. It's unreal. So what I did is poured most of the juice in a pot, and I did put a cornstarch slurry. I'm going to reduce this, cook it down till it reduces to a thicker gravy consistency. So you want to put it in another pot like I did, and you're going to put this on high and kind of boil it for a while until it reduces in the thickness of it, where it gets thicker, and then that will be your gravy. Okay, here. This is how we're going to serve it, with all the goodies on top. Just the apricots, the prunes, all the goodies. And then this wonderful gravy. And it's not supposed to be a thick gravy. It's just supposed to be just like this, kind of a nice thin brown gravy. Doesn't that look amazing? Now we're going to try it. Okay, everyone. This is amazing. I'm not exaggerating. If it wasn't that good, I would let you know. Because I do have a video coming out where I do a mistake and I show it to you. But if something's really good, I'm going to tell you it's really good. And if you like lamb, this is absolutely over the top. It's over the top delicious. This gravy is awesome. Everything in it has flavor. It's kind of a savory, sweet, not a salty sweet, not a sweet and sour, but it's a very savory with a little bit of sweet and these awesome, awesome spices. I'm not kidding. You have to try this. If you like lamb, please give this a try and let me know what you think of it. Thank you so much for watching.